What's the future for libraries here in the East Midlands? County councillors in Leicestershire are meeting tomorrow to consider plans to hand over some of its libraries to community groups. The same thing's already underway in Lincolnshire, where many of the county's libraries are up for grabs. Our reporter Tim Parker has been taking a look at the latest chapter in the library story.
Once upon a time, 1850 to be exact, a new law allowed for public libraries across the land. For more than 100 years, there was a golden era of book lending. But with coalition government austerity since 2010, the future of our libraries is looking grim. They're increasingly seen as a soft target for spending cuts.
But could there be a twist in this tale? Libraries like this across Leicestershire are under threat, but people locally are rallying to help.
Leicestershire County Council has started the process of handing over its smaller community libraries to voluntary groups like Barrow-on-Soar Community Association.
We do believe that if the community doesn't come forward to take over the library, we will lose it, and I think that's unthinkable.
How difficult has it been to get people involved in the group?
I think actually remarkably easy. We had a public meeting in October, and out of that we had 50 volunteers, 62 people actually attended. People are very willing to make sure this happens.
Elsewhere, campaigners against changes to Lincolnshire's libraries have taken their protests to London. And despite that and legal challenges, the council has decided to hand 30 of its libraries over to volunteers. Derbyshire County Council says it's not planning to hand any of their libraries to communities to run, but Nottinghamshire is looking at the idea for some of its smaller libraries. Back in Leicestershire, in Barwell, one councillor isn't convinced this is the right way forward.
My concerns are that I think, number one, it's fantastic that voluntary groups have come forward, but I think they've done so with a gun to their head. I think the County Council have effectively said, if voluntary groups don't come forward, we will close your library.
Leicestershire County Council insists it's only fair that savings are found in libraries as well as all of its other services, but it's only just finding out which groups want to take libraries over.
We went out to talk to 30-odd community libraries, and 27 have come back and said, we're really keen to take it forwards. So this is the next stage where we start to engage with them. They've all done an expression of interest, now we go into detail.
And you're not holding a gun to volunteers' heads to make this happen?
Not at all. Strange enough, there is that you have to understand that one or two may close.
The volunteers in Barrow really know how important their library can be to the local community.
At the moment, 1 in 6 adults struggle to read. I volunteer helping adults read. Now, if there's no library with books in, then how on earth are they going to develop the reading skills? It's absolutely essential that we have a library.
So will there be a happy ending? Volunteers say with the right support, there could be a brighter future. Others fear, without proper funding, libraries will close.